Previously on our Honda Beat build, we made a body kit and printed it. What will they do this time? Are we going to strip the car and turn it into a race car? Are we going to cut out the floor? Are we going to weld it back in? Watch this episode and find out. Hello, hello! It's the Honda Beat. So, Andy's here and we're going to go and do all our baseline stuff. The car is still full interior, and because we're building a race car, I want to know how much it weighs. But for now, we're going to get these race skills lined up. Got my camera so that we can time-lapse it, and we're going to figure out how much weight we can pull from this car. Keep in mind, this car is already wide body with the 3D printed kit, which who knows in what order these will be released. But Andy, let's go ahead and zero it and then find out what the weight is. Okay. And we are at 1712. All right, Andy, let's start pulling stuff off. Let me get these cameras on and let the parties begin. We know this car is super rusted, so the exciting part is basically when we start taking the carpet off. We're gonna make a pile of stuff and let's get this car stripped together. Are you ready? Got the seat, both seats are out. Hey, it's out. Yeah, big unit. Buddy. Alright, so we're working on the Beat again. We fully stripped it. We're at 1,466 pounds. We had the fabricator come in and I forgot to film that part, but Andy is gonna start cutting the floor today. And we talked to him and we're gonna basically cut everywhere it overlaps. So you can kind of loosely see that the overlap line is like right here and then right here. Right, so we're gonna cut the floor out up until the seat mounting point. So we're gonna have to mark it on the top. We're gonna leave the other side alone for now, even though it is a little rusty. The biggest thing for now is he wants us to cut the floor out, and then we need to figure out what we're gonna do about the undercoating.
Why don't we just drill a hole through the floor wherever right in front of the seat points? That way we know exactly where it is.
Yeah, we do that. And then do we need to drill a hole here, or can you guys see
like
that?
We can kind of figure out where that is.
You got it? Okay, let's drop the car and then talk about the rest of the cage. So we are going to drill right here. You see that? Yeah. Right there, right there. So we're gonna drill in the very, very corner.
The car already
and the lift's also right there. Well, it's actually kind of scary that the jacking point is right there. Oh, you are right. Good luck! Oh my god. Oh my. Oh. Yeah, literal danger to manifold.
Danger to manifold? Yeah, remember the scene? And the computer.
Oh. Ah! gonna try to climb.
Strategy here.
Oh no! What you do is you put your hands up and then we'll drop you into the car. Yabba dabba doo. Now I'm gonna be scanning the car. Rylan is coming to grab all the stuff, but I'm going to strip the car, took all the bars off. I'm actually gonna wear a helmet. We're not using the correct seat, but this will probably be like a worst case scenario stand-in. I'm gonna go ahead and sit in the car, put my hands on the wheel and the helmet on, and Rylan's gonna go ahead and scan the full interior of the car with me in it. That way when we do door bars and stuff like that, we need to make sure that I will fit in the car. So, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it on the windows, and we're gonna line this up with the previous beat scans that we've taken. Go ahead. Maybe a little bit of the hood. We're gonna use AE sub dot to make sure the door picks up when he goes over the door. So now that we have the scan imported into CAD software, which in this case is Geomagic, I'm going to go ahead and review everything, make sure that all my scan is in there. And the first thing I'm going to do is define my sketch plane, which I'm going to just basically draw a flat plane of the floor to kind of approximate the level of where the floor is. Next, I'm going to trace my scan data and kind of draw out where we cut out the floor. So you can see that it's this almost square shape with a couple cutouts to account for the wheel well. And now I'm going to start doing my design. In this case, we chose a novel homage to our influence here, which is the Too Fast, Too Furious, Danger to Manifold. Do the text, and I'm now going to do a pattern feature to add ribbing. This ribbing is important to make the floor strong in the bending direction. So we're going to go ahead and do that, kind of make it pretty, and we drafted out about 3 to 4 millimeters. Keep in mind, the strength relies you to do it more, but because we're using at-home presses, we can't do that. That's what it looks like, so now it's time to make the stamp. So we have the floor beat cut out. I've gone ahead and scanned it and cut a replacement, but I don't want it to be just flat. So I wanted to learn how to use 3D printing to stamp sheet metal. We wanted to do a quick die, kind of like this, with just some test text that locks in, and we would use a press. But we found out that we don't have plates big enough, so I just decided to hammer it, and it worked. So I went and designed a bigger one with the same locking features. We're gonna go put my floor in, hammer it, weld it in, and hopefully that should be as much rust repair as we're willing to do on this car. After that, we're just gonna start the cage and the booster swap. So let's start stamping. So for all the 3D printing nerds out there, this is a pretty heavy piece. I think it's about 1 kilo. So it's about, but it's about 70 to 80% infill. You can see it's pretty solid. And with the hammer, it worked out pretty well. You can see pretty clearly that it worked. And we just hammered it from the back. This is about 30-degree draft angle. So there is a lot of limitations as to how tight your text can be. Otherwise it locks out. But I'm excited to see how this keys in the full size. If this works out, then there's a lot of applications that 3D printing can be used to make low production dies. So we're excited about that. If you're interested in kind of going into more details of how this process works, let us know and we can make a separate video just for sheet metal stamping. And we'll probably do it in like the context of like a license plate frame. But yeah, so let's get stamping. All right, so what I'm gonna do is, because I'm gonna be hammering it, I wanna glue this panel in so that it doesn't drift around everywhere, right? So I'm gonna kind of approximately place it where I want it to be stamped, and we'll go ahead and put a few dabs of glue on it. Here, down. Like this. So now it doesn't move. And now I'm gonna take my die, my male die, Line it up. And then I have these plates I'm gonna hammer into to start the load. Okay, let me tap these into place first. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing the top. So
Oh, damn.
And just like that, it's painted and we're done with the floor. In the next episode, we're gonna scan the rest of this car in its stripped form and make a roll cage. And we're gonna DIY a roll cage and show you how to do it. See you in the next video. Hope you have a great day.